can't move. Come on. These finishes are insane, dude. Seriously. What's a warm-up? I don't know. Warm-ups are a part of my life. Don't get warm-ups in this life. We're doing tiny races, no grand final. Grand final tomorrow. Direct orders from the babe. Welcome to the tiny races from December 3rd, 2022. This week, it is the Getting Steeper theme. We are out on the Neokyo quick course for one lap, 4.7 kilometers. They're going to get 2 Aero power-ups on that course. The race after this one will be the Volcano Circuit counterclockwise, 4.84 kilometers. Ends at the Volcano Circuit lap banner right after the 2-tier. And there is a feather power-up supposedly on board for that one. Music will be kicking back in. We may have a couple of dropouts of audio here and there. We'll see. But race number 3 will be on railways and rooftops. So it'll be finishing on that reverse from what we usually do. It's at the Rooftop KOM banner. We usually go the opposite direction, actually, in ZRL or a lot of other races. But this one is a drag race, that race number 3. And then the Innsbruckring ending atop the leg snapper, so just a quick little jaunt at 5.434 kilometers. And also a good one with a ghost power-up. There's a draft power-up in that race number 3 I forgot to mention. I'll only be doing voiceover where it makes sense. I hope you enjoy these tiny races and the absolute suffering that they are. You can go check the results out over at ZwiftInsider.com. And you can also catch all of the live streams that I do of these races over at twitch.tv/Nathan Guerra. Have fun watching the absolute suffering that this is, the tiny races. How many power-ups do we get? 1, right? We get an arrow? Oh. Two Aero power-ups, all right. are those guys coming from all of a sudden? What the hell? Didn't even kick well either. Didn't even kick well. Dang it. So it's Volcano Circuit lap. Counterclockwise. So we go down the hill and then ramp up, and then it's the 2-tier, right? It's 2-tier, right? It's the classic 2-tier. So what we're talking about there is the 2-tier into the volcano. Now, we do lose audio here in a minute. In this race, we're kind of just like sit in all the way through, actually. And we have a little bit of a power-up mishap, too. A little bit of brokenness on it. As you can see, I do change up my average lap watts per kilogram just to see what we put out for the duration. If you watch over on Zwift Power, you can see that I consistently come down each and every race actually on that. But as we lose audio here, I'll go ahead and speed things up for you right on to the finish line so you can see how things played out. From the bottom, pretty much of the descent leading toward the 2-tier next to the ocean, and then the left-hand turn into the 2-tier into the volcano is really the decisive moments out on course here. There isn't really any other movement up till then. You will see a little bit of joking here about the broken power up. I did get a draft rather than a feather. A little bit of a move off the front there. Not too concerned. Everything here is about reserving as much energy as I possibly can. I do, it looks like, stay middle of the pack, so I am a little bit concerned about being too far backwards because this sprint does come up pretty quickly with some sections that can put you out the back of the pack where things might be ramping up. And you'll see right here, I really am thinking about where am I going to be positioned so I don't have to fight for the front. So I set myself up perfectly with my draft as well as my super tuck to be right where I need to fight for position from here on out, rather than maybe being strung way out to the back, which could put you in an already losing position in a tiny race like this if you have to fight your way around too many avatars. It does bunch up a lot, so I was like, maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. As you can see, there's over 100 riders all trying to save up. So you can see everybody is really thinking about the finish in this one to an extent that it seriously, seriously bunches up out here today. Starting the left-hand turn into the 2-tier, you're really anywhere between this 87th place to first place. It's crazy how many avatars are all in this little area. But you have to respond very quickly to anything that starts to go. You got to be within that top 20 or so. And the moment it starts to string out, you got to start moving. I am about 9th place, it looks like. So I'm going to try and hold position and follow anything that gets a little bit too far off the front. I know I don't have an Aero power up or a feather, so I'm a little bit concerned about how that's going to play out. I'm going to try and ride the wheels of whatever I possibly can with this drafting power up, as well as use it at the best timing as I can. I want this to last all the way to the line, or at least as close to the line as I can get. I might have used it a little bit late, as you can see. Start ramping up on Lynn's wheel. Now the real kick comes as I'm trying to hold on to somebody who might be ahead. I probably should have been a little further back. As you can see, going ahead of me, Teppy, I think, really timed things well right there. Probably would have been the right wheel to try and come over the top of. End up in 5th place. Solid result, but thinking Aero probably was the Powerup. That would have gotten us a better result. I think I could have done a little better if I wouldn't have followed so early and trusted some of the faster wheels behind me, but that's just hindsight, really, because there's no way I could have known that those wheels in front of me would have faded. But it is something to look back on and think about whether or not the front wheels you're following are going too hard too early, with even up to 5, 6.
Chill? We just chill, please.
5, 6 of those riders that might be going. Can we just chill, please, as I'm hurting after that. We started in race number 3. But really something to think about when it comes to these tiny races is they get so packed. They get so incredibly packed with high-level racers that 9 of those racers off the front might be going too early. And you're following them thinking, oh, they're going to have that kick still. They're going to have that kick still. When it's really the 15th rider that comes through with an Aero Powerup that's really going to be able to make something happen. So it's really about how much are you wasting all the way to the line and the perfect timing to get the absolute best speed result that you can. The timing. And I just didn't time it quite right there when it came to when my kick was available and how much I put in to the early moves over the top of the 2-tier. Already suffering here. As you can see, the speed started so hard. Nobody was going to be going anywhere, though. But really dug deep for those first couple of results. I didn't want to race at all anymore at this point, actually, with the feelings in my legs. I mean, I wanted to race, obviously, for a result, but the legs were just hating me. And but we still got it done. This one ends up being a little bit of a drag race. Hope you enjoy it. This one is a lot more tactical because of the climb in it. There isn't as much sitting around because there's a lot more for positioning. Let me know what you think about how I positioned, whether or not it was good enough to get the best result I possibly could, or if there's something more I could have done with the power that I had. Not bad there with the 4th place. I'm not sure there's much more I could have done. The 2 riders ahead there, they went really early, and I'm wondering if they were fresh riders actually, because they seemed to have an insane kick that the rest of the field just didn't have. Lind was not a fresh rider, but he came from behind there, and I think I got everybody else who maybe either didn't participate or didn't take it easier earlier on. But man, that one completely buried me, as you can tell again. But a 4th place again, and solid 4.8 watts per kilogram for the duration, even after everything else that we have done. The shaking of the head. And now we headed on over to Innsbruck in just a moment. And you get to see that amazing introduction. Seriously, this is exactly me just letting every bit of what I'm feeling in my body be expressed here. And I go on a little rant now about
these finishes are insane, dude.
how hard this really is.
Seriously. Like, guys, I don't know, man. I don't think I ever go this hard. Like, ever. Ever. I must have hit almost 190s. This is just... And I just think, okay, is it patience? Is it patience? And it's not patience anymore. How hard we go? You just have to go, dude. There's no waiting for a kick. It's just die or don't. Die or don't. That's all there is to it, man. Freaking die or don't. Seriously, it's so freaking insane. Do you have any power-ups in this one? And which way are we going? I'm puking a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? A ghost? A ghost? Why? Stupid ghost power-up.
Obviously not too happy about the ghost power-up. Now, what I was saying earlier, I'm wondering if I was wrong about that. You just go, you just have to go. And if I was assuming the drag race was going to be a certain way through these tiny races, or if I maybe could have held up a little bit more, but I'm not sure I could have. I'm not sure I could have waited it all for a ramp up through, but maybe we could try something a little bit different in the future with some of these to try and build up some more speed to work our way through. But I don't know, especially with the current pack dynamics and the way they work, you really do have to fight for your position a little bit more. So I think we're playing things pretty well. And like I was saying there, the ramp up is just so high. You just have to go. And if you don't, you could miss out with the risk of trying to trust anything, because the speeds, you just can't come around some of that speed. And it is kind of like in real life crit racing in some ways. Positioning coming into the final lap or even 2 laps, you can't make up for that because the speeds are just too high. The moment you're out in the wind, it's game over. So you got to really ride the wheels as best you can for position once it starts ramping up. And then once those speeds really start going, you got to be exactly where you need to be for your final kicks. So that is a great thing about how much this has developed when it comes to the Zwift racing scene, as well as the pack dynamics and the development of the game. Now, we'll go ahead and speed things up here so that you get an idea of, well, you're actually getting an idea of how chill everything is. I think everyone's done and just waiting for the leg snappers, which you're going to get an idea of. So we can just go ahead and speed things up. I'm here looking at Stubbs, though, like, come on, dude. And somebody just now really quick coming in from invisibility, it looks like they're from the chain game. But I'm like, oh, come on. Why are we doing this stupid fight off the back? And now things go a little bit crazy, actually. Before we speed things up, watch what happens with I'm not sure if it's the network or how many people specifically on this course. Let me know in the comments. Did you see this? When everybody here in just a moment is starting to like just go every which way. We saw it a little bit just a second ago, but all of a sudden you're going to see all the avatars just flipping out and like going left, right, center, all over the place, backwards, forwards, to the left, completely turned sideways on the course, completely turned right on the course, then doing circles around in the air and stuff. Like, what just happened? I don't know if it was a network issue or what, but there was definitely suddenly something going on in the game, maybe on my end, it wasn't able to figure out where I was, or maybe suddenly it wasn't able to figure out where anyone was supposed to be in the game. A lot of times that is when you see one rider doing that, the game can't figure out where they're supposed to be. But when you see a lot of riders doing that, I'm actually wondering what exactly is that. Now, I do really, really chill out as much as I can, though, as you can see in this race. There it is, right there, the first one. Now another one going somewhere, and you can see me going, what is happening right now? And now Kolchinski suddenly off to my right, the right-hand turn on the bridge. It does calm down, though, as we get about halfway up the bridge. I do start making my way to the front, actually, because I do start getting a little bit more concerned about my positioning and making sure I'm in the right spot the moment that we get the rollover. So somebody could, or the group could, start ramping up a lot earlier than expected. So I make sure that I do make my way forward at the exact moment that I think it matters the most for that, the timing. So I don't want to be too far over threshold close to the climb, so I want to burn this match now rather than later and not be able to get the reserves back under control when it comes to the heart rate. Now, this moment right here is a little bit interesting. I do find myself a little bit too far up to the front, in my opinion. That then rolls me back at a bad time. But the rest of the pack does calm down again, so it wasn't too much of a concern as we head into the actual leg snapper. But my heart rate might have been a little higher than I wanted, as I had to fight a little bit to move my way up. But now, as you can see, it's time to hit the leg snapper, and I want to be in the best possible position I can be, but with enough roll-through speed. So all I'm thinking here is, how am I going to be set up as best I can be, but still get roll through speed? Maybe I should just went front to back, or back to front, full gas, instead of trying to be grabbing onto a wheel that's going, because I didn't really come in with very much speed, and immediately Teppy is pretty much already gone, head to head with a few others that I just can't catch because they got too much of a kick to match me all the way through. Big gap artery, and I probably should have been rolling with way more to try and even compete for that top podium spots here. Not bad. 8th overall, though, and enough to secure us the win in the overall for the series on the tiny races. Let's listen to maybe a little bit of commentary from myself on it, and thanks a lot for watching. As I say, I'm diggity done from the live stream there. Again, twitch.tv/Nathan Garrett to watch all this race in action live. And thanks for hanging out and watching.
That was hard. Whoo. No puking. Yeah. It was close, though. It was close. Logsy, it was close. It was hard. Like the way you worked it. My whole body is dying. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Seriously, dude. Morton, it was insane, dude. Teppo, look at Teppo, dude. Freaking nice job, Teppo. I'm in so much pain, I don't even want to listen to music. That's how much pain I'm in. I don't even want music in my ears. 5.2, 5.1, 4.8, 4.6. Hey guys, I'm not riding anymore. I'm done. I'm gonna go lay down. I'm so done. All right, I gotta go. I'm out of here. Let's see if there's some. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you, but I am so done. Thanks for getting me through that. It was really hard. Go tell Teppy, good job. He's so awesome. Seriously, Teppo is so awesome. He's a good guy. Go throw him some follows and support Teppo. He's one of the top esport racers in the world. Very cool guy. Out of Finland. And it didn't do the right thing.